Dew.
Welcome to Two Dudes with Dew. I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
And this is Two Dudes with Dew, obviously. As always,
Two dudes with Iron Knight.
our unofficial sponsor, Iron Knight and Mountain Dew. Make your yellow lawns green, people. Use Iron Knight. It's a little cold for Iron Knight right now. Mostly a summer product. You can still use it. But be warned, if you have Bermuda grass and it's going yellow, it's going to stay yellow. It's time for it to go dormant.
Yeah.
Little grass knowledge for you. Also, I need to set our timer. So, Shae, why don't you take over the lead of this discussion? We're starting with
DC heroes or characters in general. DC characters. As you could probably tell by the guess of how many times I wear this hat and my shirt that I wear. Not today. Not today. It's dirty. You could probably assume that the Flash is one of my favorite superheroes in the DC universe, and you would be correct. I love the Flash's aspect as a character, how many different Flashes there are, because, oh, I don't really like this Flash. Well, don't worry, the other Flash is not far behind.
Yep. I wish I would have, if this wasn't a Christmas episode, I
Well,
would have had
technically
my,
it's not yet.
not technically a Christmas
Because
episode.
this will be uploaded Thursday on, like, the 29th.
Well, dang
No,
it.
28th.
Dang it, it doesn't matter. I don't have my Green Lantern shirt on because one of my favorite DC comic is the Green Lantern.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons of, okay guys, he gets a ring, which, okay, without it he's nobody. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Just a great guy or a douchebag depending on which one you're looking at.
The original, technically the second Green Lantern was a douche.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're only going off of the movie that came out with Ryan Reynolds, dude was a douche.
Yeah.
That. There you go. I don't know if you heard that, but we heard it. But yeah, so he was a douche, and you know, but without the ring, you know, he is what it is. But the ring chose him, and it was really cool. And he gets to anything he can really picture in his mind, he can make. So I mean, just freaking giant hammer, boom.
Okay, you can think about it like this. Superman's fighting me. What about Kryptonite?
Just saying. Just saying. If he knew the bad part, or the whatever you call it, I'm going to call it the kryptonite to anybody,
Yeah.
he could make it.
Oh, Superman's charging at me. Well, here's the gravitation of a red sun and the radiation that it gives. And a red sun does not enhance Superman at all. He can only take in yellow sunlight and blue sunlight,
Which makes him who he is.
Yes.
Because outside of us, if he's on Krypton,
If he
he's
has
a normal guy.
He's just a normal guy. But if he has a yellow sun, he's Superman. And if he's by a blue star, he's Superman. He can metabolize blue sunlight 3 times more effectively than the regular one that he has here. He becomes almost a god when he has blue sunlight.
So there you go. I mean, it's just you know, it's the coolest things in the world that you can do. But let's start with yours. Let's start with Mr. Flash.
All right.
The most underrated superhero I think I've ever known.
I think the big issue, I think it's the same issue when Superman has this issue. The character's too strong and the writers don't want to make him seem like he can do anything by himself.
I mean, if you think about it, Superman on Earth, or in an Earth with a blue sun, can literally do whatever he wants. He would be a god.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Flash. The man is a legend without being a legend. Superman overshadows him because they made him overshadow him. Really, I mean, Superman was made to be the best guy.
Yes.
It's the only way you can explain it, because otherwise, you look at the Flash's characteristics, which Shae will take over in a second, he's the greatest guy in all of DC.
One of the coolest things about the Flash is that he's so down to earth. He was a regular Earthling, just like everyone else. And then one day, depending on what Flash you're looking at, let's say the original Jay Garrick, he was researching hard water in his labs, and a lightning bolt struck him, and he now had the abilities to run at supersonic speeds. That was the first Flash. He was the slowest of the Flashes. Because, you know, slowest. And he's running at supersonic speeds.
I don't know if you're thinking about that. So, it's about where Superman is.
Well, okay, it depends. Superman's got some really weird scaling and stories. He flew from I think 10 galaxies away, and then Jimmy Olsen used that little watch of his that calls Superman through a signal, which is a sound, and he heard it 10 galaxies away in the vacuum of space.
Sound doesn't travel.
Sound doesn't travel in space.
But
he's Superman.
For the story, they made it make sense.
It's Superman. That's their description of it. Oh, he heard something 10 galaxies away? in space.
So the man can hear good.
And then he showed up in a minute 30.
Supernova.
A minute 30, 10 galaxies away.
What is that? It's past supernova. Whatever that is. I don't know what it is.
He flew. I think someone researched. He's like flying like I don't know, maybe 100,000 times the speed of light or something.
I think it was 100,000 to the 10th power.
It was a ridiculous speed feat.
Gosh.
The issue with Superman, and also the issue with Flash, the I'm gonna say developers, I'm a video gamer. The writers make them as strong as they need to be.
The design.
That's the issue.
They have to keep it relatable in some way.
Because technically, you could say, well, you know, but Darkseid, not Darkseid, I'm sorry, Darkseid, I think he maybe killed him once, but, what's his name?
Reverse Flash?
No, I'm thinking of Superman still.
Bizarro Superman?
No, well, Bizarro is a different story entirely. What's his name? It's freaking, he was another, crap, what's his name? Oh man, I'm feeling stupid here. Not Darkseid, it's,
I'm lost.
Crap, I gotta look this up.
Anyways.
Oh, crap, this is gonna bother me. I have to.
Let's do a couple stats while he's looking that up of Mr. Flash. The man, if he wanted to, could implode your body with a single punch. Say nay, nay. I say yay. He goes around the world in the speed of light and gives you one punch. You know how hard that is?
Doomsday.
Oh, yeah, Doomsday. Oh, great DC character.
Doomsday's a very interesting character. Let's talk about him for a little bit here, because
my buddy once said, you know, they always have those things on Facebook. They're like, who would your buddy be if he was a superhero or villain or whatever? And one of my buddies was like, he would be that guy. I was like, I don't even know this guy. So I went and did a little research. I was kind of impressed with the guy thought of me like that way. I was like, wow. It's cool. Go ahead.
So let's explain. Okay, Doomsday cannot die the same way twice.
That's impressive.
He can't die. So
you got hit by a car, never gonna happen again.
The car will. He'll be dense enough that the car wouldn't phase him. Oh, someone threw me in the vacuum of space and I can't breathe. You die that way.
Thank you.
Well, now I can breathe in space.
Thanks a lot.
Someone threw me in the sun? Well, guess what? Now I'm immune to anything fire.
Yeah, thanks a lot, brother. You're just making me stronger.
See, that's
every time you put me down, I get back up.
Yes, because Doomsday, he just comes back. The only way Doomsday at a point can be defeated is if you transfer him into a different zone of reality entirely, so they don't have to deal with him anymore.
You're not even killing him. You're just giving him to someone else. You're someone else's problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
Like, okay,
pretty cool.
Doomsday, I guess, is like not base form, I guess you would say, because Doomsday was an experiment on Krypton millions of years before Superman even existed.
He was a plague,
and they wanted to make the strongest being in the universe.
Created it,
and they pretty much created it.
I mean, probably only. Man, I don't.
He's one of the very.
Even crossing the whole DC formula, going into the Watchmen, even Mr. Manhattan. What? You do it one time. And now you can't implode him from the inside out.
Yeah.
There's only so many ways you can kill somebody.
Now, the only issue with that is that at that point the continuity of, well, if you erased me, how am I still here?
Yeah.
But at the same time, the issue is, I think he has they die and a new version of Doomsday comes out. Like, it's like a production line. Yeah. So, he comes back. How are you immune to being erased?
But it's a comic. This is in real world.
Yeah, I know, but
it makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I really struggle with comics.
But that's why they don't cross-platform.
This is why also a lot of things that don't make sense, they don't involve Doomsday.
Exactly. Doomsday is like his own thing. And they're like, you don't bring him anywhere else.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You want to bring who back?
Like, easy with that guy, man. That dude's OP.
He's died like 25 times.
Like, we've killed him every way possible. You gotta understand, we poisoned him, we stabbed him, we electrocuted him, we put him on the sun, we put him in the back.
We've lobotomized him.
We've done everything. We pulled him all the way apart. Every piece of him was dismembered. He still came back better.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta calm down with that guy. He's just gotta go away for a little bit.
It's crazy.
He's just gotta be done with this world. You gotta move on.
They don't show Doomsday that often anymore. Now it's more of the last, I think, sighting of Doomsday, there was a plague on Earth that affected only Kryptonians that turned them into Doomsday. So there was a Superman-powered Doomsday walking around. The ultimate being. So he had all the powers of Superman.
None of the weaknesses.
None of the weaknesses. Technically, you killed Superman with kryptonite.
Guess what? Now
I'm back!
You have an unbeatable Superman.
The only way you beat Superman is because of kryptonite. Let's be fully honest here. Kryptonite and magic. Those are the only two things that really affect Superman.
Yeah. So
The only thing that is
is
supreme
overpowering. You see guys running
overpowering.
around, their heads are all like this. Like, what do
The
we
only
do?
character that's ever been able to beat Superman without those two is Doomsday. Doomsday overpowered him because he was a younger Superman.
There you go.
He didn't know all of his strengths. He was holding back so he wouldn't destroy the cities.
Which now we know Superman's just like, F the city. I can't do that. Forget the cities.
Forget him.
Yeah, blah, blah.
F forget. You know how it goes.
So there you go. Forget the cities. I just gotta beat this guy. I
Yeah.
gotta take him out in the middle of space and let him stay out there for a while. He can't die out there. He's just gonna float for a while. You know what? That's how you beat him.
Yeah,
He can't die in the vacuum space, but if you don't make him where he can fly,
And also,
him out
Superman
there.
could technically freeze him in space
he'd be stuck out there forever.
until he crashed.
Never
into a
would
planet.
die. Yeah, never would die. Because then that would be a new way to die.
Yeah. But at the same time,
I was a meteor once.
Well, at the same point, that if he did that, well, I just survived blows from Superman, and I died by that. Well, now I'm denser than Superman's punches.
Yeah, and now we can't even touch him.
Yeah.
Unless
then
we
Superman-
call Flash.
But then Superman gets stronger because, comic books.
Yeah, he puts him in a blue sun atmosphere, and like, now we can punch him again.
Yep.
But back to the Flash.
Back to the Flash.
The only man to ever really destroy Flash was Doomsday.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, there's been a couple more that they.
Flash has died a couple of times. But Flash is... It's hard to say. I can only think of one time Flash has ever died. This is with the Crisis on Infinite Earth, where Flash was just running at the fastest... Barry Allen Flash was running as fast as possible, and he created the new multiverse, which is now obsolete. There's no... The Crisis on Infinite Earth is just gone again. It is now
We're
the
gonna do a
52.
whole different thing in life.
Once again, every time DC has a new continuity, you know who makes it? The Flash.
You know why? Because he's OP.
Crisis on Infinite
He
Earth?
is the original player.
Crisis on Infinite Earth? Well, guess what? He caused that. The Flashpoint paradox? He caused that.
It kind of had it in the name.
It has it in the name of the second one.
There.
Do you want? I don't know exactly for the Crisis on Infinite Earth story because that's a long story and I haven't read it, so I'm not even gonna step into that.
Those of you who are out there know it.
You know it.
We don't need to go over it.
If not, I suggest reading it because I know it's a really good comic book.
It's deep,
I just don't read it,
but it's good.
It's got to be good. It's one of the
you're
best
gonna
storylines
read-
I think I've ever that's rated.
If you like to read,
Yeah, I don't read very often.
at least there's pictures.
Yeah, I like to just a little bit of a shout here. How I read my comic books is there's a YouTuber named Comicstorian that just reads them to you. It's like with Audible, but for comic books.
He's a cool guy.
I like
Guy?
watching. What's up?
Guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure. It's a cool guy, but could be a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not exactly, comics aren't exactly gender.
So that's how I usually read my comics, but a lot of the things that change the DC universes is because of a Flash. And I say a Flash because there's several Flashes.
Several.
And I'm not even just counting the main continuity, like 4 to 5 Flashes. Like every universe almost has a Flash.
And we're not even going to get into the multi-universe whole idea.
No.
Because apparently there's a multi-universe situation.
There's 52
Conundrum.
multiverses in the DC.
And if you talk to certain people, there's even more.
There's even more.
So,
it's like genders.
But,
Oh.
that situation there is two.
Oh.
Two universes.
Oh, that was
A
funny.
male universe and a female universe. You have one or the other.
That was,
If you don't have neither, you've been cut.
oh, that's funny.
Some people are like, I can't believe that guy in the red shirt would they say that. There are multiple genders. There are not multiple genders.
Oh.
Sorry. There are not.
Oh, man.
You have a wing, or you have a... That's it.
1 or 2.
1 or 2. And if you're the one, you're that till you die. Sorry, Bruce.
You can't be a 1.5.
No, there's no halves.
No halfsies.
I feel like this. Well, that's called an emotional, mental problem.
Or a, what is it called? Hormonal problem.
Yeah, I mean, you got problems. Medically.
Yeah.
You need some stuff checked out. So, but
Back-
anyways,
back to
let's
the
go
Flash.
back to the Flash. Let's give a few of the special
Okay.
characteristics, stats, some of his special
I'm
abilities.
mostly
that
going
they
to
don't
cover
talk
with the
about.
Barry Allen Flash.
Yeah, well,
Because a
obviously
lot of
you're
his
gonna pick your
a lot of the stories are there, but I might touch one or two on the Wally West Flash. So, Barry Allen Flash. He generates the Speed Force, which is the power source of all speedsters. It is speed infinite. He generates it. Yeah. The more he runs, the stronger it gets. And every speedster taps into that power. Every single one of them.
Good.
Not like everyone like, oh, if I'm running, I'm part of the speed. No. It's a completely different thing. It's motion, and that's how motion works. It's the Speed Force. He can drain the speed out of you. If you really wanted to. What are you doing?
I remember how I showed you that.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Trying to make the infinite sign. Go ahead. You were like, what in the world is he on?
He can drain the speed out of you. He can make you not go.
That would just be horrible. And now I'm stuck.
And he now he's taking your speed. He has your speed in him for a while. He is even faster. And the cool thing about speedsters is that they can absorb all the Speed Force if they so chose. But you have to have a really strong connection to the Speed Force to do this. And you are speed. There's no one that's going to catch up to you. There's no way possible. Your speed is infinite.
Really?
Yes.
Could you believe that?
Your speed is infinite. And if you're fast, well, if you're hitting fast, you're hitting hard.
I would just like to point this out. Two cars traveling at each other at 20 miles an hour. You know what force that creates?
40 miles per hour.
40 miles an hour of force hitting each other. Okay? So imagine, if you will, you're standing still, 0 miles per hour, and a guy hits you with his fist at let's say, 12,000 miles an hour. That's just not even close to what he's able to do.
You're obliterated already.
Your face is gone.
Now, that's a small scale of the Flash compared to normal human beings. Well, since his speed is infinite, his punches are infinite, which he now makes and is named the Infinite Mass Punch.
I like to call it the one punch.
Yes. If he wanted to, he could pop almost anyone he wanted to.
Done.
Now,
gone.
To be fair, Superman has his own version of the Infinite Mass Punch.
Yes.
But it's not as
Justice League.
Yes, but it's not as strong as the Flash's.
I think the Flash is. I know we're getting off subject, but the Justice League, the game. I think that combo that you do with that infinite punch should be a whole lot more effective.
I do like that. Which one? The first game or the second game?
First game. I haven't played the second one. The problem is if they make it more effective, then people will spam it.
Yeah.
Which, if you're Flash, why wouldn't you spam that? Like, that would be my go-to move. They'd be like, you know what? Screw you. What happened? I just decided.
The issue is the Flash doesn't use it.
He's too ethical.
He is a human to its core.
If he wasn't an ethical person, there would be no universe.
He is not a pacifist per se.
Might as well be.
But might as well be with the power that he has. He's a pacifist.
Yep.
If he wanted to, before I haven't mentioned this yet, all speedsters, once they have enough speed and the Speed Force has a strong enough connection to them, they can time travel.
Obvious.
Time travel.
If you didn't think of it, obviously this is my problem. You see this?
What? Oh, yeah.
See what's going on right now?
Yeah.
I feel like Kevin Hart. I got no knees. Sorry. But yeah, I mean,
he could time
when
travel.
you start to be able to time travel, you got, obviously there's things of, you can change the universe, the Marty McFly syndrome, where he goes back in time, changes things. Well, now things have changed in the future. They don't know it's changed, but you know it's changed. So all the things you've built up in your life about, making personal issues like me and you.
Yes.
If I change the past, I come back, you may not know me. And we're great friends. And I go, hey, what's up, Jay? You're like,
and if he doesn't know me, strongly, I'm dead sure he probably wouldn't know my sister.
Yeah. And at that point, it's like, I gotta walk into some lady's house, and she's like, ah!
And at this point, that means no son.
Yeah.
No daughter.
Nothing.
No dog.
Everything has changed.
Josh's life is completely different, but he doesn't know how it's different.
Yeah, I've got to learn all this new. I walk into so what's changed? So then you start going through album books, you start going through your history pages.
And then you realize you have a boyfriend named Steve.
And you're like, no! I would never be gay. And you kiss some girl, you're like, yep, I'm gay.
How it looks like, how comics and movies they've done that, you start adapting to the change over time.
the best way to do it was, there's a show called what is it? Freaking Brandon Fraser. Brandon Fraser does it. Be bewitched. It's not bewitched. Bedazzled. Bejazzled.
I don't know.
It's anyways. You probably know what I'm talking about. He literally gets 7 wishes from the devil.
Okay.
And so one of his wishes is he wishes he could change. Because obviously he's trying to get with this girl, so he tries to change who he is.
Yes.
Well, so he wants to be artistic. He wants to be sensitive. He wants to be strong. He wants to be spun.
Yeah.
He wants everything special. Well, the only thing he leaves out was his choice of sex. You know what? All he said was he was male, but he didn't say who he wanted to be with. So he's this huge selling. He makes millions of dollars. All this. He goes and meets this girl, and she's enthralled by him. Gets her to bed. They start going through the whole rigmarole, and the guy standing there. He goes, "Oh my gosh!" And he's like, "Oh, who are you?" He's all, "Oh, you got to be kidding me! This is just like the Monica Lewinsky episode, all over again. You get a little drunk and you bring home a hussy." Obviously, this is a guy.
Yes.
He goes, I can't be. I'm not gay." And he's all, "Oh, really, honey? Well, why don't you kiss her and tell me?" And he looks at her and she's like, "Sure, why not?" "Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm gonna be sick." And so he kisses her, hard kisses her, and he lifts her up. "Yep, I'm gay. All right, go ahead." He felt nothing, and he's like, "I cannot believe the devil would do this. She made me gay." Just one of those things. Like, so if you change something, you have to change it.
Yeah.
So in that case, you come back.
As I said, the Flashpoint paradox. Guess what happened?
There's a lot of problems.
He went back in time to save his mom because his mom got murdered. He wanted his mom back because it was his mom's birthday, like 20 years down the future or whatever. And he went back in time to save his mom because who wouldn't want to save their mom? It was since she died when she was like 6 years old. And he witnessed it. Well, not witnessed it, but he walked in and he sees his mom's corpse is laying there and there's just blood. And a broken door and everything. And it's a traumatic experience. So obviously, if you had the power to change it, most people would change it.
And because of it,
the whole world changed.
It's just that's the problem, It's just like in another situation, the guy, he wanted to save somebody, and with doing so, he ended up ruining the life of it. And then, of course, they have the Final Destination theory, where even if you did save her, there's another situation that would have killed her in a different way. So you save her for the one way, but she dies the next day anyways. And it just goes on and on.
On and on.
Because that death got her number right.
And if you saved someone, well, someone else could have died because of it.
Yeah, you saved her.
I think
she didn't get attacked, but this guy
I think
got
the
attacked.
best example of it was in the
would have created.
Was in the Flash season. I think it was season 3. Flash season 3 when it was season 3. That when Jay Garrick pulled the Flash out of the Speed Force because he was going to change time again after he just fixed what he did before. He pulled him out, and he was like, his example was like, "Are you going to be a hero that if you messed up, you're just going to rewind and do it all over again, or are you going to deal with your consequences of what you've done?" And how he represented the Speed Force, he got this cup, and he broke a part of the cup with the speed because Speed Force, yada yada, and a chip pulls off. He's like, no matter how much you try to fix it, the scars are always going to remain. Yeah. So you're going to be the hero that has a do-over, or you're going to deal with your consequences of what you've done.
Exactly. And this is the whole paradigm of it. Now, there's also another problem with being as fast as he is. His metabolism is also as fast. So he has to eat something like 500,000 calories every day.
See, the beauty of that, the Speed Force is like, oh, you still have to eat a lot, but you don't have to eat that much.
But still, I mean, even if you have to eat a lot, but think about it. I mean, how many times can you eat tacos?
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, and how much does that cost? Who's paying for that?
Yeah.
I don't care what you do.
Okay, if it tells you in the Flash, well, technically this was in the Supergirl Flash crossover. The Flash said in that show, and he's a lot slower in that show than he is in the comics, he said he had to eat roughly about 20,000 calories a day to keep his metabolism in line. Yeah. 20,000. Yeah. That is 10 times the amount you eat.
That's a Snicker loaf.
10 times.
I don't know if you know what a Snicker loaf is.
I don't know.
Look it up. It's a Snicker loaf.
Is it
Snicker bread loaf.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Snicker bread loaf.
So he has to eat 10 times the amount you have to eat, but he has to pay for that food.
Yep.
Well, do you have 10 times the amount of money you spend on food?
Every day.
Every day? So say, oh hey, you spend $300 a week on food for groceries.
Well, here's a little breakdown real quick, because we only got about 8 minutes left.
And you still got to talk about your
Yeah, a Burger King, or not Burger King, Burger King, roughly 600 calories for a whole meal, roughly. And it costs you about $6. So double that, $12 a day, gets you about 2,000 calories. So $12 a day times 5, just 5, you're already at 60. 60 a week times 4, you're at 240. 240 a month. Now times that by 10. And that's what he has to do every month.
That's
just
$24,000
alive.
on food.
Just to be alive.
That's not without any taxes, without any housing.
I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Hellboy, but I imagine it'd be kind of like that. I always just brought food all the time. He eats like three dozen eggs. Or
what they did is that I know in the Cartoon Network TV show, what's it called, Young Justice, the Kid Flash. They have these special like food food bars that were packed with calories, and they would have them in their gauntlets. So they I'm getting hungry. Oh, there we go. And get energized.
So there you go. That's the Flash. There's the upsides, obviously huge, way underrated. But obviously there's some downsides to it. Who's paying for his bill? Also, take him out to dinner. What's going on?
You got to think. Me and Josh talking in a normal conversation. If I think the conversation's slow and I'm at normal speed, well, Flash's reaction speed's
Boy, could you imagine any conversation?
Just imagine you're talking to someone you hate, and you think for you it lasted forever. Well, for the Flash, it could have seemed like a million years.
It's just so long.
And that's just a low estimate of what his reaction speed truly is.
Of course, at the same time, you can just be like, and I'm gone.
Yeah. But at the same time, if you're trying to keep that identity safe, people don't know who the Flash is.
I have a feeling that in your personal life, you would be a real douchebag, because you'd just be like, I don't have time for him, sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta go. So, we'll settle on Flash for you for now.
Okay.
Because obviously you're a big deal.
Yeah.
I need to get a Green Lantern hat, by the way.
Yeah.
I need to buy one. So
you need to get a Green Lantern
Christmas maybe.
leather hat.
That's what I'm trying. Maybe I'll get it.
Or even then though, at the same time you really don't, because whenever I buy that LOD hat, that's the one I'm wearing for these.
Yeah. But I want to have my Green Lantern shirt, which I don't have on today, and the Green Lantern hat. So when we go to like Six Flags or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm bringing this to Six Flags.
So
whenever we go.
So we're going to Knott's this year.
Oh, we're going to Knott's this year.
Yeah. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit from his favorite to my favorite. And there's a story behind my favorite, which I really don't have a whole lot of time for, but really I don't need to talk much about.
Got plenty of time.
I don't really have.
I mean, how long is this recording?
4 more minutes is all we got.
How long is the actual recording? Is it?
We're close
27 minutes?
Yeah, we're close to 30. We're trying to stay around 30.
I mean, you can go like 10 minutes to be fine.
So, obviously, the movie Green Lantern came out in 2011, which a lot of people had split. Some people, like me and Shae, we enjoyed it.
I love the movie, honestly.
It was a fun movie. There was a lot of problems with it. Obviously, from a production standpoint, there was a lot of flaws.
The suit's animated.
Yeah, I mean, there was some stuff. There was stuff they could have done differently, but at the same time, it was a good story and everything. They picked a good actor. It kind of saved it a little bit. But I love Green Lantern's idea. You know, the fact that he gets a ring. You know, he gets to be able to create anything his mind can possibly create if you're very creative. You know, like in the movie, he was quite creative. He created airplanes, he created missiles, things of that nature. It was really cool. The idea behind him is very, very unique, very cool. The fact that there's a whole galaxy full of these guys protecting the galaxy
they're a galactic cop force.
Yeah, it's cool. The whole thing behind it's cool. But the Green Lantern movie made a lot of people mad. Yeah. And the story behind it is me, my cousin Nolan, my cousin Austin, my friend Andrew, and my brother Jake all went to go watch this movie at Edwards. Local cinema place in our town.
I haven't gone there in years.
Well, before we went there, we went and bought our tickets, and then we went back to Applebee's, which is in the parking lot.
Yes.
To go have some snacks or whatever, so we didn't have to pay the $200 for the popcorn and drinks.
Sadly, that's almost not even an exaggeration.
At the time, I did not own one green shirt. Not one green. No green.
Yeah.
I don't wear green often. I do more now, but I didn't back then. So I wore a brown shirt. It's a comfortable shirt. I still have the shirt. It still fits well. My wife wears it more than I do now. But, you know, it was one of those shirts. And I wore this, and the rest of them wore green shirts. We go to Applebee's. We're sitting down. We're getting ready to watch the Green Lantern movie. Everyone's wearing green but me. You can kind of see where it's going. So somebody starts singing a happy birthday song to somebody else. I'm like, oh, man, that sucks. I hate that crap. Ding, light bulb for my cousin Austin. I'm going to be going to the bathroom. Oh, see you good. Not crossing my mind once. While he's at the bathroom, on his way back, he stops and finds a waitress. He says, hey, you see that table of all the green shirts like mine? She goes, yeah. He goes, see the one guy in the brown? She goes, yeah, it's his birthday.
Was that even around your birthday?
Not even close. Nice. I'm like, she's like, okay. She goes, would you like to sing to him, please? So he comes and sits back down. He's got a smile on his face. No big deal.
Of course.
We're having a normal conversation. She notices we're at the end of our meal. Happy birthday. I'm like, all right, who's the stupid sucker now? And I'm looking around, and they're coming right at me. I'm like, I look over and Austin's like, "Happy birthday, Josh." I'm like, "I hate you." And so from now, anytime the Green Lantern gets brought up, they're all, "Happy birthday, Josh." I'm like, "Shut up, man."
That's beautiful.
It was hilarious because of what I said. So now everyone's like, "Oh, you got the Green Lantern on your birthday? Is your birthday, dude?" I'm like, "No. Thank you very much for asking."
You've told me this story.
I know, it's fine. It's on the internet now. Everyone's got it. I don't mind it anymore. I mean, for a while it kind of made me mad, but no, it's funny. Hey, I got free Sunday. And Applebee's, if you're watching, it was very good. Thank you. Don't charge me for it. She didn't even ask for my ID. It's her fault.
6 years down the line, don't charge me for it.
Yeah, but there's been several Green Lanterns, Alan Scott, Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, to name a few. Obviously, there's a lot more.
There's millions.
There's so many. But the Hal Jordan is the one I like the most. He's a douchebag, for one, which I think is kind of funny because no other Superman other than Hancock is really a douchebag.
Yeah.
I mean, they had some like it, but outside of being the Green Lantern, the guy's a douche.
Also doing something kind of funny. The Flash and the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, are best friends.
Yeah, of course. Of course they're... I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's like me and my buddy Dalton. If he never watches this, but if he did, he would know exactly what I'm talking about. People called him a douche all the time. But we just kind of got along. But I enjoyed the whole backstory behind him. He was chosen by this Superman. It wasn't a freak accident. It wasn't like he was born with it. He was chosen because of his character. The matter itself was drawn to him.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. The whole theory behind him, and obviously they've got some great villains in the Green Lantern atmosphere universe.
You got Sinestro. You got technically any Brainiac is technically also a Green Lantern villain because he goes around destroying planets.
Exactly.
And the Green Lantern's like, hey,
obviously,
stop that.
Cops aren't going to allow that.
Yeah.
Also, it's got one of the best villains in the Kratos. Not Kratos. Man, that was a bad phone call.
Woo! Wow.
SpongeBob, burn that file. Thank you very much. Anyways,
we forgot his name.
I'm gonna let that one go because he's never gonna come back to me. He's the big dude that collects all the Allspark and all that. Not Allspark. Oh my gosh, Transformers! Wow, come on, SpongeBob, help me out here, brother. You're making me look a fool. All of the from Thor and all that, those special pieces.
You were way off. That's Marvel, dude.
Yeah, but they hinted towards the fact that he could have crossed.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, it was very subtle, but they said that he could have been in the other universe as well.
It would have been a whole legal issue, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, technically, there is a production that is bought both 50-50 by Marvel and DC, and they have done fusions of their characters.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
Like, I believe, I think Batman and Wolverine fused together in that one. I don't know the Flash and the Green Lanterns.
Neither. But
I know that they did the Ghost Rider, and they did
another cool character.
Ghost Rider and Etrigan the Demon, which fits kind of.
But I can't remember the guy's name. He's got the crown across his head. I just can't remember his name. It doesn't matter. But they got some really great villains in that. But just the storylines behind the whole thing is just very enjoyable for me. I enjoy the whole aspect of it. The fact that he can be both. That he was chosen, and it wasn't just some free accident like a lot of Marvel characters. Now we're not even gonna go into the fact that which is better, DC or Marvel. We're not even gonna touch
I can't because my issue. Oh, my first favorite. Oh, it's the Flash. Second favorite. Oh, it's Spider-Man. Oh crap! I don't know which I like more.
Yeah, I mean, I love Spider-Man. I love Iron Man, which has obviously become very big in the last few years.
Yeah.
I enjoyed him before it. The idea behind him, he's a lot like Batman.
Except stronger.
Yeah.
But I would argue that he's not as smart person in detective work.
There you go. Detective work. Street smarts. But, you got to give it... They both kind of match up. They're the millionaire that created suits to fight. And
yeah.
So there's your comparison there. Captain America, he was actually infused with the specialties.
Yeah.
And we're getting way off topic because, man, they're going to be like, we really want a DC versus Marvel. And we can't even go there yet.
Yeah,
that's days of research.
You gotta think here, man. I really like. I think Captain America is like my third favorite superhero. I love Captain America. Just his morale, the shield. The shield is just the selling point for me.
Right.
I love that shield. If I could buy a model of that shield that was actually metal, I would buy it instantly.
That would be very cool.
Just imagine
there was a guy who made it that had a magnet piece.
Yeah,
in it. That was really cool. Also, I really liked the Oath.
Oh yes.
And I shall shed my light over dark evil, for the dark things cannot stand the light.
It sounds like a Bible verse.
Very cool. In brightest day and darkest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Yeah.
That was the Hal Jordan version. It was very cool. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember it. I didn't want to mess it up because, man, there would be guys out there like, I'm going to kill him.
I'm going to kill him after I go grab my Allspark.
I don't even remember what those things are called now. It was just different. Obviously, there's yellow lantern.
There's the yellow lanterns, there's the red lanterns, there's the purple, the indigo lanterns, there's the pink lanterns, there's the orange lantern. That one's, whew. There's the white lanterns, there's the black lanterns.
Yeah.
That's a completely different storyline.
There's a ton of storyline behind it.
Blue lanterns?
Not quite as powerful as the Flash, obviously.
Oh, nowhere in there.
I think more human-like myself. I mean, obviously the Flash is very human-like. He was a human. He still brought that whole thing to the table, but his superpowers were not overpowered by any means.
No.
I mean, if you could think it, you could make it.
Okay,
It was still
the thing with the Green Lantern is Batman's already done this in a couple of movies. I can't think of the name of the movie. It's an animated movie. That if you can make the Green Lantern think that he is not worthy, the Ring will respond to that and not work for him.
Yeah. So I mean, there's
so it dose some chemicals into him, or like they breathe in some chemicals, and it's like hallucinogen, and something happens, and they remember something like tragic happened to them, and I'm not worthy. Ring stops.
There you go.
And then he's just a normal human, just bang.
Yeah, that's our personal happy thoughts, our personal favorites of DC Comics. What's your favorite? What's your favorite DC comic and why? There's a comment section below. We'd love to hear from you.
And we're not just saying superheroes. We can go super villains. Just a normal random person. I love the person that was shown on panel 2A of the Justice League. That guy walking down the street. That guy.
And we didn't even talk about the fact that both of our characters are in the Justice League.
Yeah. They were also, most of them, they're credited as being the founder members of Justice League as well.
There you go. So, I mean, there you go, guys. We didn't close that door the whole time.
It don't matter.
So, what's your favorite? Do you like this video? If so, there's a like button right about there. Go ahead and smash that like button. Hit us up. Dislike button if you don't like DC. You know, maybe you're like, I like Marvel. We'll be creating a Marvel episode soon.
I mean, hey, I gotta say, DC in the comics and animated movies, DC's way up there compared to Marvel. But in actual movies, Marvel. Ooh.
Yeah, you know what's funny is Disney just purchased a whole slew of things.
Yeah.
You know that Disney owns Marvel.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise,
Marvel movie.
Is Marvel movie, that's actually now made for Disney.
Yep.
They made the money off of it.
Yep.
One of the highest grossing Marvel movies of all time. It's important.
I love the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, you're like, I don't care about movies. I'm a comic guy. Well, you know, there's a lot of differences. There's a lot of different multiverses of comics.
Yeah, as we said, there is a universe that has both DC and Marvel heroes fused together.
Yeah, so I mean, they look at, you know, when they're going to make a movie, they wanted to go with the most popular. So who sold the most comics? Why'd they sell them?
Hint, that's why also
Hal Jordan was made.
If you look at it, the Justice League, they're doing that stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know, they haven't really made any standalone movies besides Superman's movies. They didn't make a single Batman. Technically, I guess Suicide Squad was a part of a Batman for
the Batman universe.
Well, for the new DC universe that they're making for the movies. The Suicide Squad had all the villains, but Batman was also in it. And they have Wonder Woman. I mean, those are the only three movies I can think of besides the main Justice League movies that have their own side. I think Flash and Aquaman
they're making more. They're making movies for them, but they're also making more TV shows for the DC comics.
DC, yeah,
because it lasts a little longer.
I mean, you gotta think the CW's got Green Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, The Flash, and Supergirl.
And you can even say Gotham. I mean, even though Batman's technically Batman yet,
it's
the Batman universe.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of.
I'm about to mention this. I loved in the new season of the Green Arrow. They found out who Oliver Queen was, and they found out who the Green Arrow truly was. And he's like, for all you know, they could have just cropped my face on the Green Arrow and made it obvious. Who knows? Maybe it's some random billionaire walking like Bruce Wayne, and he's made a reference to it entirely.
I mean, here's the deal. I don't watch TV, so guys, I only have to fall back on what comic book knowledge I have. And honestly, I didn't have a whole lot of comic books growing up. I just had the idea, the storyline behind them that come out on Saturday mornings. I don't have TV channels anymore.
No.
I've given up TV cable because it's just gouging my life with money. Come on, cable company. My Netflix only cost me $8. You telling me it's not? It costs you more? I mean, come on. You guys have commercials. They pay for this.
Yeah.
Okay, so come on. But yeah, so.
I mean, Netflix doesn't even have ads. You just $8 a month.
We tried to sign off for a second, but we had some more to talk about.
I mean, I like talking.
Yeah. So we're trying to cut down our episodes so you guys can watch them in a little more episodes. Obviously, this is a little longer. This is on the longer side. What we're going to be doing.
I think what we should try to do, Tuesday could be the shorter episode, and Thursday could be the longer episode.
Yeah. And obviously, Saturday is going to be very differing on time.
It depends, we could be doing whatever's in the background here.
Episode.
It could be like, oh, what did you do this week, Josh? Oh, well.
Yeah, it could be nothing.
It also depends on how often me and Josh talk. It's like, oh, you've been on the game all week? Oh, dude, man, we talk.
The more we talk during the week, the less we talk on here.
Yes. And like right now, I haven't seen Josh in a week.
It's been so sad.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Thanks,
I don't know why I did this, but I guess that's why I picture when old ladies talk. They're always like, so sad. Anyways, so subscribe to us. If you're already subscribed, make sure the little bell has the notification rings so you know when we upload, because we upload usually at the same time, but sometimes it's a little erratic.
Okay, it depends. Let me explain my process here. Tuesday, if I get up early enough and I can start uploading the video, I will try my best to. If not, I get home, depends on randomly on the day. If it was the last couple of days, I got home at 6 o'clock every day. And at that point, the internet speed here is so slow that I explained in the next podcast you'll watch, it takes me about 4 hours to upload a long video. Whereas at that point, it's 10 o'clock at night. So now I'm trying to upload them the night before. That's like I'm trying like a late night before, like 11 p.m. Not Monday night. Like I did that Wednesday night. At 11 p.m. Wednesday night.
Make sure that notification is going
They'll
for you
come
guys.
around those dates.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just one of those things. We always upload on the same date. It's just sometimes the time's a little different.
I'm trying my best, man.
So guys, you have to understand, we're still very, very, very new. I hope you guys like the new set. We've decked it out for Christmas.
With the Mountain Dew on top.
Obviously, we have the Dew. We're going to have the Dew. We're going to have cans next week. We're going to decorate the cans at the end of the episodes on the tree, every episode. And then the more questions you guys submit, the more answers we got. So don't forget to
finally do that Q&A we've been wanting to do since day one.
And you know what? Here's just for you guys. You submit a question, we're going to put your name, we're going to put it on the tree. Just for you guys. So you'll be on the tree, and then at the end of the end of the Christmas thing, we'll take a snap, we'll take a picture of it, and be like, these are the guys who did us solid. And you know what? We're going to draw a random name out of it, and we're going to get you a hat. Okay,
man,
so
that's a risky purchase. We don't have a hat bought yet, dude.
I will be purchasing the hat. So if you give me a question, I'm going to put your name on the tree. End of the week.
One question. I get a hat.
Hey, more questions, more entries. For every question you put, a name goes up there. So at the end of the thing, we'll put all the names in a hat. We'll shuffle it up. We'll pull one name out. That lucky person will get an LOD hat. And if we've made a T-shirt by then, I'll make sure you get a T-shirt as well.
Man, that's like.
Hey, I want these questions, okay, guys? That's what I'm doing this for. So any question on Instagram, any question on this YouTube channel, will be put up. You'll get your name up here on the tree.
I think if we're doing that, I want to do what question we like the most instead of a random.
Well, maybe we'll do a hat for the question we like, or a shirt for the question we like the most, and a hat for a random.
Yeah, all right.
So that way you have, because, obviously we want you guys to put good questions, but we also want you to put questions. So, more questions you ask, the better chance you get. Okay, so starting right now, and from before, if there's any questions, they're going to go up there.
Which there hasn't been. So, this is going up on Thursday, whatever the date is on Thursday.
It's the 29th.
The 29th? From the 29th on?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Check real quick so we can make it sure, if it's the 27th today.
Yeah, obviously. So, obviously, it's the 30th. So, starting on the 30th, going all the way through December, on our last episode of December, we'll be pulling a name out of the hat, just for you guys, and we'll pull two names. First, we'll say which one was our favorite question, and the second name will be random. That's going to be up there. So, more questions, more names, more chance of getting that hat.
Time to put some good questions in on my fake account.
Anyways, so there you go. Subscribe to us if you're not already subscribed. Thank you again. For Two Dudes with Dew, I'm Josh.
I'm Shae. Wait, did we say follow our Instagram and Twitter?
No.
Follow us on our Instagram and Twitter down in the description below.
Possibly
and as I've been saying every episode this week, I might be trying to put annotations right here. Well, this guy right here, right in his head, right there, and right here.
I can't go over there. It'll be my face back. That'll be the Instagram. And the Twitter will be his face. There you go. Snippets.
They'll just be the Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, there you go. So guys, you can go and click on them. That's for you guys. So thank you very much. So we did everything we needed to do. We have no sponsors, but if we had sponsors, we'd be thanking you right about now. So if you want to be a sponsor, hit us up. My name's Josh.
And my name's Shae.
So for Two Dudes with Dew, not sponsored by Dew, but for Two Dudes with Dew, I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
How do you do?
I'm doing pretty good tonight.